90-Day Fiancé. Mido has outrageous response to explosive fight with Debby. What was supposed to be a fun Halloween celebration quickly turned into one of the most shocking moments of the season. Instead of enjoying a festive day with friends, Debby and Mido found themselves caught in an emotional confrontation that exposed just how fragile their relationship had become. By the end of the night, emotions were running so high that producers had to step in, leaving viewers wondering whether the couple had already reached the point of no return. For months, Debby had been hoping that bringing Mido to the United States would allow them to build the future they had dreamed about together. After maintaining a long-distance relationship for years, she believed that finally living in the same country would strengthen their bond. She imagined romantic moments, mutual support, and the beginning of a new chapter. Unfortunately, reality turned out to be very different. The problems that had been slowly building over time became impossible to ignore once they were living together. Small disagreements gradually turned into larger arguments, and communication between them became increasingly difficult. Instead of feeling closer, they seemed to grow further apart with every passing day. The breaking point came during a Halloween gathering with Debby's close friends. Debby hoped the evening would help Mido feel more connected to the people who mattered most in her life. She wanted her friends to see the man she had fallen in love with and hoped Mido would make a positive impression. Instead, the evening became unforgettable for all the wrong reasons. From the moment they arrived, Mido appeared distant and completely uninterested in participating. While everyone else was laughing, talking, and enjoying the celebration, he remained cold and detached. His body language made it obvious that he didn't want to be there, and his attitude quickly caught the attention of everyone around him. As the evening continued, Debby's friends began noticing how uncomfortable she looked. They watched as Mido barely engaged with anyone and seemed irritated whenever someone tried to include him in the conversation. Eventually, someone asked whether he cared about what Debby's friends thought of him. His response shocked everyone. Rather than trying to smooth things over or show respect, Mido bluntly stated that he didn't care what any of them thought about him. The atmosphere changed instantly. What had started as an awkward evening suddenly became incredibly tense. Debby's friends felt that his comments were disrespectful, especially considering they had welcomed him into their group. More importantly, they were concerned about the way he was treating Debby in front of everyone. One person who refused to stay silent was Debby's friend, Astra. Watching Debby become increasingly upset, Astra confronted Mido directly. She challenged his behavior and questioned why he was treating Debby with so little respect. The conversation quickly escalated into a heated public shouting match that attracted attention from everyone nearby. Neither side was willing to back down. As voices became louder, emotions spiraled out of control. Debby found herself trapped between defending the man she loved and recognizing that her friends were standing up for her. The situation reached a dangerous level. Feeling overwhelmed and deeply hurt, Debby ordered Mido out of her car after he directed profanity toward her during the argument. The confrontation had become so intense that production staff stepped in to prevent things from escalating even further. For many viewers, that moment became one of the biggest warning signs of the entire relationship. Arguments happen in every relationship, but the complete lack of respect, empathy, and emotional control displayed during the confrontation left many fans questioning whether the couple could recover. Instead of acting like partners trying to solve a problem together, they appeared to be opponents trying to prove who was right. By the time the night finally came to an end, the damage had already been done. The Halloween celebration that was supposed to create happy memories instead exposed deep emotional cracks that had likely been developing for months. Even more troubling was the fact that this explosive fight would only be the beginning. In the days and weeks that followed, communication between Debby and Mido nearly disappeared altogether. Rather than working together to repair the relationship, both seemed to retreat into their own emotional corners. As silence replaced conversation, an even more uncomfortable confrontation was waiting just around the corner, one that would reveal whether either of them was willing to take responsibility for what had happened. Following the explosive Halloween confrontation, Debby hoped that time apart would allow both of them to calm down and reflect on what had happened. She believed that once the emotions settled, they could sit down, have an honest conversation, and finally begin repairing the damage. Instead, things only became worse. According